Are you thinking about making a move to Sacramento, but just don't know where to start? Well, this video is going to be one you're definitely going to want to check out. This is my map tour video where I give you a bird's eye view of Sacramento and we give you an overall sense of the various neighborhoods in Sacramento. So you can determine what is going to be the perfect neighborhood for you. Let's get started. Hi, I'm Jacqueline Gage with the Gage Group right here in Sacramento. And if this is your first time on my channel, welcome. I'm a local realtor that gives you the full 4-in-1 on Sacramento. Born and raised here, I know Sacramento like the back of my hand. So if you find this video helpful or any of my other videos, don't forget, like, subscribe, comment, show me some love so I can keep doing these videos. And if you are thinking about making a move to Sacramento, you're going to want to reach out. We'd love to help you. My team and I help people relocate all the time. It's a big transition. You want to make sure you're in good hands of someone who knows what they're doing. We'd love to help come up with a game plan. So don't hesitate. Call, text, PM, DM, whatever you prefer. All right. So today, let's get into the neighborhoods. So here's Land Park, and I'm going to just put my cursor all around it so you can see. And it goes right up here between Land Park and Curtis Park. So you're just south of the 80 freeway, west of the 5 freeway, so easy freeway access. And to the east is going to be Freeport Boulevard, and to the south is Sutterville. So those are your borders. And Land Park is not far from downtown, just about 10 minutes, depending on traffic. So this is great for someone who may be needing close proximity to downtown, but wants more of a neighborhood. Land Park could be for you. All right, so if I had to describe Land Park with one word, it would be charming. Land Park oozes with charm. There's no other way to put it. A lot of the homes were built in the 20s and 40s, so you have very unique homes with a lot of character and a lot of detail, which you don't see today. When you drive down the street, it's like a storybook because we're the city of trees. So there's a ton of trees, but the trees literally canopy over the street. So there's shade and you see the beautiful houses, the brick Tudor, Spanish Revival. And it's just very serene and a pleasant area to be and to walk around, and you get why people love the area immediately. You could know nothing about Sacramento and you drive in that neighborhood and people instantly love it. Now with these old homes, there's the charm, but there is a ton of upkeep. So if you are someone who wants low house maintenance, this would not be the neighborhood for you. Also, if you're someone who wants a bigger lot, this would not be the neighborhood for you. Most of the lots are small. If you want a pool, this may not be your neighborhood either, because the lot size, there's not many pools. And if they did put a pool, a lot of times it looks kind of like it takes over the whole backyard. But this neighborhood is for you if you want to be close to downtown, love charm, love old homes, want a nice sense of community. Yeah, walkability. You know, it doesn't have a ton of walkability, not like Midtown, but it is close to things. You're in close proximity to Broadway, Freeport, a lot of restaurants and so forth that you can walk to. Now let's talk about some landmarks in Land Park. The first one that comes to mind is going to be the Tower Theater, which is an old historic theater built in the 20s. So it's Art Deco style. And when you think of Sacramento, a lot of times they'll show the Tower Theater. It's very iconic of Sacramento and also the Land Park neighborhood. You can go see a lot of independent movies there. It's a great local theater, you know, great sense of community. You'll see people you know there. You also have the Tower Cafe right next door. Great breakfast there, usually a line, been there forever. Also, we have the Sacramento Zoo. You have a lot of things for the kids. Fairy Tale Town, Funderland, all nearby, right over here in Land Park. Also, Land Park obviously is the hub of the area. And with that, you have a 9-hole golf course, which if you're into golfing, it's a great public golf course. Really serene and peaceful because they have so many trees. But if you're not into golfing, there's just a ton of people out in the park. gives you a big sense of community. You see people having picnics, hanging out, birthdays, running around the park. So the park definitely is the main hub for this neighborhood. And also in the summertime, I think that there's concerts and a lot of local events. So Land Park is great for someone who wants a great sense of community, close to downtown. All right, so obviously a big determining factor when figuring out where to live is the price point and your budget. So let's talk about the numbers in Land Park. Okay, so here you can see the high, median, and low in Land Park. And like I said, this is just the sold in the last 4 months. You have had higher listings in Land Park. This is 2.3 million. You have a low of 489, which is probably a really small fixer, and the median is 767. So our median in Sacramento, to put it in context, is about 550. So this is a lot over the Sacramento median. And let's see what you can get for the 760 price range. Okay, so now here is a home at 770. It is a 1353 square feet, so not big at all. And you'll see this is the price per square foot, $569. Now let's look what you can get for your money. Definitely looks like a Land Park home, charm, original flooring. They have all the round doorways, very reminiscent of the 20s and 40s. Updated kitchen, but not on trend with today's finishes. So it's definitely a very nice house, but you'll see you don't get a lot of square footage for 770. So Land Park is great, but you definitely have to be able to afford Land Park. All right, now I want to show you one more at around 650. So under Land Park's median. This is a 2-1, 1427 square feet. Let's look at the condition. There's those trees, lots of shade. You'll see a lot of beams in these older homes. They should have left them brown. And look at the doorways, how charming. All that detail. That's what you're paying the big bucks for. Nice iron railing, updated kitchen. Nice hardwood floors. They have a lot of the original tile in a lot of these homes, but it definitely works in these older homes. And some of them really don't need to be updated because it complements the architecture. Good sized backyard for Land Park. So that was a 2-1, 1427 square feet. So actually you've got a good amount of house for that at 655. All right, so now we're going to talk about Curtis Park, which is an adjacent neighborhood to Land Park. You'll see right next door, the street that divides them is Freeport Boulevard. You'll also see it's very close to downtown. It is just south of Broadway. Into the east is going to be the 99 freeway, to the south, Sutterville, and to the west, Freeport Boulevard. So that's your dividing lines. Curtis Park and Land Park are both very similar. Buyers who like one generally like the other because they gravitate towards that old charming neighborhood. And Curtis Park is the same, still has a lot of the same architecture, a lot of craftsmen too in Curtis Park with big porches. So people love the craftsmen. And I'd say Curtis Park is going to be a little less in pricing, but pretty close to it. If you want to talk about all the charming neighborhoods, when people, especially from the Bay Area, come here, it's like they got a memo and they've heard about 3 neighborhoods. They always say, we're looking in Land Park, Curtis Park, and East Sac. And it's so funny because there's a lot of great other neighborhoods, but they tend to hear about these ones. And they're all very similar aesthetically. And they're also very high-end neighborhoods. So definitely the Bay Area people can afford them. but you get a lot of bang for your buck in these neighborhoods if you want something on the high end, definitely when you compare it to the Bay Area. All right, so just a few spots to mention in Curtis Park where you can find the locals and get a good sense of the community. You do not have chain places in these neighborhoods. They're very local places with character, like this Gunther's ice cream people love. In the summertime, there is a line out the door. Try their bonbons, they're great. You know, instead of a Baskin Robbins, they're going to the local place that's been there forever. And right across the street from Gunther's ice cream is going to be Pangea, which is right here. And it's a cute little local restaurant, a lot of great beers. And you can walk to these spots right from all these houses right here. So Curtis Park does have a walkability factor. I mean, it's not a midtown, but you definitely have things out your front door that you can walk to. And you also have the Hop Gardens, another little beer garden. So you can, you know, meet a lot of people, get a sense for the community here. Obviously, the park is the other attraction to Curtis Park. And all these things have a lot of character to them and have been in the neighborhood forever. And so people who can appreciate those kind of things and don't have your big box stores, this will be a great spot for you. Now let's talk about pricing, because that determines a lot as well. All right, so these are the comps in Curtis Park for the last 4 months. So you'll see the high is 1.6, the low is 480, and the median is just under 700. So a little less than Land Park, but you know, when you look at the high, there has been much higher sales than this in Curtis Park, but this is just for the last 4 months. Just to put it in context for you. So let's see what you can get for 700. Now, since there was no 700 sale, I picked one 750. So you can see this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1716 square feet, built in 1942. Lot size 0.14, so pretty small. Let's look at what you can get for your money. All these homes have those, you know, old wood floors that people love. They've definitely done some addition to this house. It's like updated kitchen, kind of open concept. In a lot of these older homes, you know, because they were so small, there is been a ton of additions you'll see, and sometimes they're kind of funky. Sometimes you'll run into square footage that's not incorporated into the tax records. These are very common things for these neighborhoods. And then you'll see when we look at everything, there are homes that are lower in the 5s, but not a bunch, and the 6s. So although Curtis Park mainly has all older homes, there was one subdivision I do want to note, and it is called Crocker Village, and it's very popular. If you are wanting to be in this area but want something newer with low maintenance, that could be a spot that you may want to land. You know, in these older areas, there's very little room for development. You'll see right here on Crocker Drive. There's the Safeway here, and you drive in, and then there's a lot of new builds all along here, and back here. And they're varying in aesthetics, but this is an example of one. This is a 3-level, and a lot of these had rooftop decks, which were nice. And this is a 3 to 4 bedroom, 4-bath, 3,000 square feet, and this sold for $870. So you get a lot of house for $870. And they also had 1-stories in Spanish farmhouse as well in this Crocker Village. So if you're looking for new, this would be a spot that you'd want to check out. All right, do me a favor. If you're still watching, you have to do this. Tap that bell button, like, subscribe, comment, all those things so I can get this video out there and do more videos like this for you. And as I had mentioned, if you're thinking about making a move to Sacramento, we'd love to help you. Moving is a big challenge, and you want to be in the right hands with someone who knows what they're doing, can help make it as efficient and smooth as possible for you. And check out some more videos. We're going to be doing map tour number 3, but I have a lot of videos. So leave a comment below too. I'd love to hear what you think.